This is the Big Carlos Pass Bridge, the new bridge. It's a $90 million bridge. They started in 2023. They believe it's going to take the summer of 2026 to get it built. There's definitely been some setbacks because of the hurricane impacts, and I know it's slowed them down. It's a very fascinating thing to see. I live very close to it. So right here is a drone shot of us going over the top of it, and we're really just bringing this to you because it is super crazy fascinating. So it's a new fixed span bridge with a 60-foot navigational clearance over Big Carlos Pass. It's got a lifespan of 75 years. The old bridge, which still is being used, is reached its life expectancy. So what you're seeing here is they're actually pouring concrete on this thing on top of it already. They've been putting in these spans, and watching these spans come down the street is truly something interesting for sure, because I don't know how long they are. I don't know if they're 100-foot long or 80-foot long or whatever, but they're very, very long. And they bring 4 of them at a time. No, they bring 3 at a time. So they'll bring 3 and then they bring 3 more. And then there's different parts of this bridge that's being worked on at different phases. You have certain guys that are doing pilings and putting in these long concrete beams into the ground. Other guys are putting the rebar together and getting the columns ready so that they can hold up the spans. There are other crews that are pouring the concrete and putting the roadway in. It's quite an impressive little setup to see them building it. You see guys over on the bridge, the old bridge with lifts, and what they're doing is they're putting up these side rails, safety rails and stuff for the construction crews to work on. You can also see up on top of the bridge where they put in the Philadelphia barrier rebar. It's amazing what we can do as human beings. And then you see right there, you see all the steel that they have laying down there, and those are big concrete form screeds is what they're called. These are the columns themselves, and those columns, when they come in, they take up almost the whole lane down there at the end, whether they're when they bring them around the corner down by docks. It's so these are all the different stages. Like right here, they have part of the column built, and that is full of rebar, and that's a form. This next one, they don't quite have the platform built, but they do have the pilings in. These are the pilings right here, you can see, and these things are very, very, very long. They're over 100 feet long. And then these right here, it looks like they might be doing something different with this particular platform. As you see here, they changed the direction of the traffic coming through here to give themselves more room to work. They have a lot of room on the other end. They don't have as much room down at this end of the bridge. This will be the north end of the south bridge. This is Fort Myers Beach flying back towards Lover's Key. They've been using these working barges to work off of, and they really don't have enough room. Sometimes you have situations where they've got the traffic closed down one direction or the other. They have 6 of those cranes. They just had another one brought back in. I think that they may have had a equipment malfunction on one of them, because they had 7 of them. Then they took one away, and then I saw them putting one back together the other day at the other end. They're also using the area down there where, when the hurricanes come in, they use for the debris and for marshaling things for the hurricanes, and they've been sharing that with this bridge project. Look how far off the water these concrete is, and you see the big platforms there. You see the concrete trucks. When they're pouring concrete, they do it 24 hours a day, all night long, and they're putting the concrete up in these big hoppers, and the hoppers are picked up by the crane and put into place, and then they pull a door and all the concrete slides out of it. And they do that just over and over and over and over and over and over. I heard there's going to be parking underneath this bridge for Lover's Key. I'm not sure if they're going to change the entrance here or have a second entrance here. They used to have a second entrance here. It's been closed off temporarily, at least, until they get this bridge built. The other bridge you see that's kind of at the water level, now that is a temporary bridge that they built out of steel. They've just put these steel pilings into the ground or into the water and drove them in like 50, 60, 70 feet, and they put a whole lot of them. So when they first got here, all they did was spend all their time building these temporary bridges. There's two. There's one on this side, one on the other side. That bridge is just built there long enough to build this other bridge and not close down Big Carlos Pass during the whole time that they're building this. Once they're done, there's going to be a bike lane on both sides. The passage are going to be bigger lanes than we're here. It'll have pedestrian bicycle friendly features. It'll have an offshore artificial reef using the old bridge. So they're going to go offshore somewhere and dump the old bridge and make an artificial reef for the fish. The new bridge is being constructed on the Gulf side of the existing bridge. It says that we're going to have access to the bridge during the whole construction process. The project initially included the potential of constructing a new fishing pier under the new bridge. National Marine Fisheries would not approve the installation of any new fishing piers, and FDOT dropped its support of the county's request to include the pier. So I don't know whether they're going to leave. They did this on the Keys. They leave a little bit of the old bridge intact so people can fish off of it. I'm not sure if they're going to do that or not. It certainly would make sense that they could do that on the Lover's Key side because there will be parking over there. If they did it on the Fort Myers Beach side, well, there's no place to park, and there's not going to be a place to park. You see the hopper right there. That's where they pour the concrete into that hopper. You see all them guys pouring it right there, and then they bring it up with the crane. You know, it looks like they're doing like 2 or 3 yards at a time. Most concrete trucks hold 9 yards. It's something to see. It's something to watch. If you notice, you see the little walkways that they built from the temporary bridge over to each one of these platforms so the guys can get back and forth safely. So here the traffic's being blocked right now, and that's because they've got guys up on lifts working on the edges of the bridge, on this edge of the bridge, and they can't do it from above. They're also doing multiple things all at the same time. So they're up there running all the different rebar and stuff to run the concrete for the streets up there, and that concrete, everything gives additional structural support for this bridge. This is Dave Lockwood with Remove It Pros Demolition. We're doing these videos just because we like Fort Myers Beach. Our main channel is Remove It Pros Demolition. We are www.removeitpros.com and www.reuseitpros.com as far as reselling stuff that we repurpose out of these jobs. So I'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching, and there's more to come.